What is going down, Sourdough Squad? It is a Tuesday, so you know what that means. That means we are going to get into the film and break it down, specifically the offense and why Brock Purdy should be considered the offensive rookie of the year. And we're just not going to talk about stats. We're going to show the film and discuss why this film isn't normal rookie film and why it is deserving of rookie of the year consideration. So we're going to get into all that. We're going to talk about a couple practice updates. So bear with us as we get through that. But then we're going to hop right into the film and we're going to look at the offense versus the Arizona Cardinals, what we like. And listen, there's going to be some things that we didn't like as well. We're going to talk about the offensive line. We're going to get into it all. But before we do, smash that like button, drop an SDS in the chat. Let's get this thing rolling. Woo! Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. Still got one of the best intros in the game. I love that thing. So good. But I am excited to get into the film today and break it down because I think what I'm seeing out of at least the 49ers offense is it hasn't been perfect. And I think, it almost felt a little perfect, even though it wasn't perfect. It still just felt like everything was falling the 49ers way. Especially, against the Dolphins, against the Bucks, even against the Seattle Seahawks in week 15. But we have gotten a little adversity. And I think that's going to be beneficial, not only for Brock Purdy, but for the offense in general. So we're going to talk about the things that we liked, the things that we didn't like, and discuss why I think the 49ers still continue to be in a good spot, even though it wasn't perfect against the Cardinals. So we're going to get into all that. Of course, let's talk about some quick practice updates, and then we're going to hop straight into the film, starting with players that are coming back to practice. So this is good news for the 49ers. It's definitely been trending this way for a while, but we now have gotten official word that Aaron Banks and Dre Greenlaw returned to practice today. And as you guys know, the game's on Saturday. So typically they don't start practices until Wednesday on normal scheduled weeks where the game's on Sunday. But because the game's on Saturday, everything is bumped up. So they will begin to start practicing today. Aaron Banks, Dre Greenlaw return both in a limited fashion, but it is a great sign for them moving forward and both of these guys going back into the starting lineup. No official word yet, but if I had to bet on it, I would say that Banks and Dre Greenlaw will play in this upcoming game against the Seattle Seahawks. Also, some big news for the defensive line. Kevin Givens is a full participant. I don't believe Givens has played since week 14. So the 49ers defensive line continues to just get stacked up. Obviously, they missed Eric Armstead and Javon Kinlaw for a big portion of the year. Kevin Givens was the guy who had to step up into the starting role. He goes out, and we've had to rely on backups. T.Y. McGill, Michael Dumfor. Both those guys have done a phenomenal job, but the continuation of getting healthy at the right time is continuing to move forward. So great news in that regard, getting those guys back. Kalia Davis, who was another defensive lineman who was on the NFI list for the majority of the year, will not be activated. So we will not see the 6th round draft pick at a UCF this year. We're going to have to wait till OTAs to get our first pair of eyes on him, which I, again, am okay with. I think, considering the things that we just discussed regarding the depth at the defensive line, I think that's the case. Is that if you were to activate Kalia Davis from the NFI, you have to release someone, and you're likely releasing someone from the defensive tackle room. And I think right now, we don't know what Kalia Davis is. He hasn't had, he was Scout Team Player of the Week last week, so he's gotten some reps in. But I do think this is, it makes sense just to put him on ice, give him the red shirt year all the way through, and we'll see what Kalia looks like next year. So I don't have any problems with that. No Ambry Thomas today. So Ambry Thomas isn't practicing. He had some irritation with the ankle that sparked up somehow. So no Ambry Thomas. But to be honest, we haven't seen Ambry all year. So nothing, I think, of surprise there. Uh-oh. Oh, no, just kidding. All right. So I think we're ready for the film breakdown. And I'm excited to get into it because there were some early bumps and bruises along the way. And we're going to talk about the sacks. We're going to talk about, the offensive line, what worked, what didn't work, all that good stuff. And we're going to get into it now. Shout out to the homie Travis. Shout out to all the SDS in here. We want to say was good to the SDS squadron. We run deep out here. What's good, throwback? Bread gang, we see you. Let's see. We also got the Discord link in the chat. Shout out Jesus. Dropping that in the chat makes my life a hell of a lot easier. No Limit Daniel says, hope the storm won't be bad on game day. Yeah, I'm not. Again, I'm gonna keep the same energy as I had yesterday and after the game. I'm not gonna be worried about the weather conditions until it's game time. And then we'll talk about it, because it was supposed to rain last weekend, didn't occur. So we'll wait and see. But let's get this thing rolling, shall we? Let's get into the tape. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Hopefully we'll get some more people to hop in to our breakdown today. Let me get myself situated with all my screens so we can make this seamless as possible. All right, let's get into it. First play that I really do, I mean, we can just run this through until we get there. But the first play that I really want to focus on is the second play of the game. If you guys remember, this was a nice gainer from Kyle Juszczyk. But we're gonna break it down a little bit further. I actually need to refresh my memory here a little bit, as I was watching the film late last night. And so let's see what we get. We're going to get a lot of pre-snap motion. Again, the benefits of having both Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel in the lineup at one time. And you're going to see all the focus goes to them. And they leave Kyle Juszczyk wide open in the middle of the field. Brock Purdy goes straight to Juice. Doesn't have to think twice. Again, another free rusher situation. Kyle Juszczyk does the rest. Let's take a look at the type of pressure they bring. It looks like they're going to bring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but 41 baits and drops. So it's going to work out with getting a free rusher off the edge in Simmons. So again, calm, cool, and collected. Some quarterbacks can freak out in this type of situation, but Brock, he understands what the defense is showing him, what they're giving him, and he just takes it. And shout out Juice for making Thompson look silly right on the logo. Look at Juice, man. So inspirational. Look at how open the field is. You're going to have the linebacker flow over McCaffrey. You're going to have one-on-one coverage with Brandon Ayuk. You're going to have one-on-one coverage with Debo, one-on-one coverage with Kittle, and no one covers Kyle Juszczyk except having their little safety blanket. So not a bad start to the game for the boys. All right, next play we're gonna get into. I got nice Brock scramble. Let's see what we get from Brocky. Lean with it, Brock with it. Lean with it, Brock with it. Two. Is that Russell Wilson? No, that's Brock Purdy, baby. Let's go, Purdy. Let's see. Look at Brock, man. All right, let's take a look at the coverage. Let's see, try to guess our best in regards to the progression he's working. Looks like he is trying to identify something on the left side of the field, whether that's Ayuk to potentially George to then maybe CMC. That's kind of how I'm seeing his potential progression working. I'm going to call Ayuk 1, Kittle 2, CMC 3. Um, it looks like I'm not going to guess on what the coverage is, but Brock is able to recognize that the field is open, and he's able to scramble for a first down. And again, the small subtleties in what Brock offers from an athletic standpoint, just watch the pump fake. He pump fakes the defensive lineman, right? It's the small things. Defensive lineman reacts. Brock Purdy is a master of making the defense react to him. And then he's able to do what he wants off the back of that. So and we're going to continue to see that. And those are the small nuances that makes Brock Purdy more than just like your typical rookie. He knows how to manipulate these defenses. This particular throw, you got a little comeback route from Brandon Ayuk, sits it down. They're playing off coverage, and Brock sees it and goes right to it. No hesitation, lets it rip. My favorite thing about this particular throw from Brock Purdy is the anticipation involved in the throw. So if you take a look at the timing of this throw from Brock and when he lets it go, you can see that the pat on the ball is the process of the throw beginning, and Ayuk is just getting into his break. So you're already seeing the timing where Brock is letting this thing rip. So it gets to Ayuk with the best timing possible. And, he's got Brunskill kind of getting Brunskill's doing his best to anchor and keep between the defensive tackle and Brock. So Brock has to step away a little bit, but Brock is still able to put enough into it to complete it to Brandon Ayuk. So decisive. Again, these are the things that make Brock should be considered for rookie of the year. Like, I get it. He only played 5 starts, 6 games total. He's won 6 in a row. We understand the stats are involved. He's like first in the NFL in like a lot of the major quarterback statistical categories. Passer rating first since week 14. I think he's first in touchdowns since week 14. Um, Yards per attempt, first. He's first in a lot of categories out of all quarterbacks. Um, but a lot of that happens because he has an ability to manipulate coverage, understand the situation, and take advantage of it. And that's going to go unnoticed by a lot of people because what they're going to see is Brock Purdy throw a screen to Christian McCaffrey, and they're going to be like, "Well, it's Christian McCaffrey, it's Debo Samuel, it's George Kittle," but Brock plays a big role. I mean, the small nuances that he brings to the table is what's helping elevate the offense. Simple things, little sidearm sling, right? Just dropping it back, being patient, the timing of it, getting it to CMC on the upfield shoulder makes it easy for him to turn up. Burford puts himself in good position to make the block. You got blockers out in front. CMC with a beautiful cutback. Brunskill's going to get a piece, which is enough to keep 35 out the way. And then CMC makes two guys miss and plows through a couple more. Touchdown. So they started off with a good drive, and then they kind of went and dipped a little bit. And it wasn't all, that we got into some sack trouble, right? We got into a little bit of sack trouble. I would say this is one of, Burford's rougher games of the year. Um, you're gonna get a sack here from, and I get it, it's JJ Watt. JJ Watt is amped up, juiced up, and ready to go. But we've had conversations about this with Burford before. It's not Burford's ability, it's not Burford's size or any of those things. He has that potential, but you can see like he's going to step to the inside, which is fine, but he's not able to recover. Or I'm sorry, he's going to step to the outside, but he's not able to recover when Watt goes inside. And Watt is able to reach across. You're going to see the left arm. He's going to reach across with the left arm. It's basically like a chop, cross chop. It's going to mess up Burford's leverage that he wants. He gets skinny, and then he's able to get to the quarterback. I don't think, I know you're going to get JJ Watt in a 3 tech, but based on the way the protection looks, I don't think he needs to take such a substantial step out, and he creates the inside leverage and JJ takes it. So these are the just tiny things that you can clean up. He's a rookie. These are the things that once you get more reps, get more tape, you're going to be able to clean up. So I'm not worried about it. But definitely had a bit of a rough game for Burford. He did do well in spots, but he also had some struggles as well. Um, and yes, great point. It is JJ, so that's going to happen. Not overly concerned about it. This one, I thought this was a catch in real time. I know when they played it back, it was clear that it hit the ground and Ayuk was trying to trap it. I mean, it was technically a catch, but controlling it through the ground popped out just a little bit. This was going to be a good one if he caught it because you get the layout. That would have been clean. Unfortunately, hits the ground. It's a good job by Brunskill to ride this out. Obviously, you're going to see Brunskill step out. 97 is going to gain the inside leverage. Brunskill is going to be able to just ride him outside. That's exactly what you want to do, especially with that type of leverage as a guard. if they're going to get that interior. Like we kind of saw that with Burford, like wasn't able to just kind of ride JJ out, but that's going to happen. So that's actually a good block by Brunskill. Good pocket and good pocket awareness. Again, from Brock Purdy to be able to understand the leverage that is created by 97 crossing Brunskill's face, the ability to step that little hop step up that creates the leverage for the O line, resets, throws. That's a good job. I mean, it was a little out in front of Ayuk, but all things considered, uh, I like that throw. I like the ability to step up. I mean, we're seeing these deep slants. Like we see so many deep slants with Brock Purdy at quarterback. We have not seen this type of throwing action with this type of consistency for years. And this is a rookie. Again, more consideration for why Brock Purdy is deserving of rookie of the year. What's this one? Oh, this is another one where again comes down to Burford just playing his technique. You can see the severe angles that everyone is taking, but Burford kind of goes directly at the defensive tackle, gets bench pressed, and that defensive tackle really kind of messed things up. Um, Burford, like you're gonna see, like he wins initially to me. You got to get your head across, like, but he stops his feet and loses leverage. Like if you can look at the rest of the offensive line, look at their steps that they're taking. You just got to keep that rolling. You got to bring those hips, and that's the difference in being able to reach this. McCaffrey having more decisive hold to read, and maybe he's able to hit this better. So again, it wasn't. I would say it wasn't one of Burford's best games. And again, these things are correctable. That's the best part of this is he wins initially. Like he puts himself in position. You just got to finish the block, and you got to finish putting yourself in the correct leverage, bringing your hips around and putting your hips between McCaffrey and the defender. You can see he's not. That's not a good position to be in for an offensive lineman when you're trying to have one of these types of stretch plays. But he'll get that figured out. Um, we have so you can kind of see we have a couple plays. This one gets batted down by JJ Watt. Tries to look at that sidearm sling, and of course, shout out JJ Watt. Gets those long arms in the way. Is able to bat the ball down. So they started off with a really good drive. They were able to score right away. But the next drive, which is this drive, they ran into kind of a bunch of issues. Um, and I'm all right with that. I'm all right with a little adversity. Which one is this? So we're gonna have another sack. So ran into some adversity early. This play. um, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think about this play, and I'll tell you what I think about this play. You're going to get JJ Watt on a stunt. He's going to loop to the inside. This might be the first time I've seen Brunskill be out of position on a stunt in 2 years. This is something where, like, I talk about Brunskill all the time, passing this off. So 45 is going to jet upfield normally, and see, I don't know what their rule is here because they are going to bring three. Christian McCaffrey stays in, so they have numbers. It's 3v3. But how I would imagine this should be coached is Brunskill passes 45 off. He then comes off to JJ Watt because you can see everyone. You got 3 guys blocking 1 dude and 2 guys running free. That is the exact opposite of what you want to happen. So, typically on stunts, you pass it off. So, Brunskill doesn't pass it off, and I think that kinda messes everything else up. And with this, if you also look at the route concepts being run, everything is a deep developing route. You got Kittle flash late, but I think by the time Kittle flashes, you've already got pressure up the middle. So there's no one for Brock to pass to. And Brock does what he does, right? He bails out. And, I saw some tweets about this, like how this was a stupid play. And I heard Kyle was pissed about this play. But honestly, I don't know what the expectation is here for Brock to do in this situation. Because if Brock, like he said, I think Kyle referenced like throw it out of bounds or something with your left arm. And I'm like, I had to like double check the rules. Like for this to not be a penalty, Brock would have to throw the ball past the sticks out of bounds. And running to his left with a defender on top of him, I don't know how the hell that happens. Like, what? That's why I don't understand. Like, to me, I thought it was a good decision that Brock just took the sack. I mean, he tried to get out, he made JJ Watt miss, but you have to give credit to Isaiah Simmons to track it down. But where's Brock throwing? He can't twist the hips to the right. Like, if he tries to throw this, there's a huge potential. That is a fumble. He pops it up. It's an interception. It's a turnover. So I don't know what the expectation is here from Brock other than just to take the sack. Even though it's not, you don't want to take a big loss like that. It's third down. You might be on the fringe of field goal range. I don't know what the expectation is here. I saw a lot of tweets about how, oh, this was a rookie mistake. And this is how, like, what? Show me. Because to me, if he tries to throw this thing, then that's a rookie mistake because you're probably getting stripped. This thing might be a fumble, and it's a penalty if you try to throw it because there's no way Brock is hitting this past the sticks. That's intentional grounding. So, again, little rant. It's not a good play. Like a sack is never a good play. But I think the smarter play is just to take the sack and live to play another down, not try to throw it out of bounds because what does that accomplish? You get a grounding penalty from my understanding of the rule. Even if you're outside the tackle box, and there's no receiver in the vicinity, you have to go past the sticks. So that's still a penalty. Like it's a lose-lose, but I just thought it was odd that people like came after Brock, like, oh, what a dumb play. I'm like, well, first of all, it's a bad play on Brunskill for not being able to pick up the stunt. And then it's lose-lose. So I thought it was a smart play just to not do anything and not force a fumble, not force a turnover, not make a bad play even worse. Um, but that was my thoughts on that particular play. But what we talk about too with Brock a lot is okay, you make a mistake, something doesn't go your way. Like, how do you respond to that? What is the response? Drive killer, first play back. You get the big sack. Kyle has admittedly yelling in this kid's ear, um, all that type of stuff. Kyle probably ripped this kid a new one. Not phased. Look at the way he execute play action, turns his back to the defense. You're going to get who is that? 96 flash across his face. Great job by Trent Williams to wash 96 out. But because of that leverage, Brock has to step up and reset while 43 shakes free of Croft, and he's got to stand strong and deliver a dart. That's a good job to me, especially responding to the sack. First throw, again, play action is a learned skill. Being able to turn your back to the defense and not panic and understand where everything is and being able to maneuver a muddy pocket. This is a muddy pocket. He's got a guy, he turns around, there's a guy right in his face. Okay, understands how to work the leverage, reset, throw, move the sticks. Good catch by Brandon Ayuk. Again, small nuances from Brock Purdy that make him solid. This particular one, I really like the play design. Um, it's not designed to be a big hitter. It's designed to be a stick mover. And if you look at the relation with Elijah Mitchell shifting out, so you're going to get a 3-by-2, and then he goes back out, and you see the way they react to it. Then you're going to get Debo kind of hit this little uh, turnaround, and Kittle's going to go right underneath. And it's just designed to be a quick hitter and manipulating the coverage and just hitting the open guy and letting Kittle get yards after the catch. I like the play. I don't think it was meant to be a touchdown play. It's a play to move the sticks and does a good job of just being a point guard and getting the ball to who it needs to be. But of course, a guy that we like to have back and really made his presence felt, Elijah Mitchell, getting his first game action for since man, when was the last time Elijah played? I don't know. It's been a while. But this is the first run of the day, and you're gonna get a little Kittle pancake action. Uh, this is a great job by Kittle, Trent Williams, not Banks, Brunskill to just wash this thing out. Look at how they wash down. You're going to get the double from Brunskill. Brunskill's going to give a shoulder for help. Trent's going to take it over. Brunskill's going to get to backer. You see that? That's executed perfectly. You see Trent just wash out his guy. And then Kittle comes and gets on the linebacker and just pancakes this dude. Boom. Great job. This guy was going down no matter what. Look at his left pivot foot. He looks like a ballerina. Like, man, you're going down no matter what. See the little ballerina toes? Like Kittle had this dude cooked. Plants him on his back. You see the leg whip into the other guy. This it doesn't matter. This guy was going down. Ain't no way you're showing ballerina toes with George Kittle on you like that, and you're standing up. You're going down regardless. But good job by Elijah. Obviously, BA's got a tough task to block Simmons. If you get a better block here, and again, it's a hard ask. It's a hard ask. But if you get a little bit better of at least a leverage block, you maybe Elijah can cut off that. But still a good gainer, and good job by the boys up front. This play. So this play, I thought this was a nice throw. It wasn't a catch by Jawan. I think Jawan should have been able to catch this. It's a hard throw because if you look at it, Brock Purdy's got to throw around McGlinchey and his guy, and then there's a defender coming off the back, like right off that right hip, And so you can see he's got to lean a little bit and like sidearm sling it. So it's not going to be the most perfect throw, but I'm a big proponent. I tell my 9-year-old this all the time when we play catch. I'm drilling it into his head now. If the ball hits your hands, it's your job as a receiver to catch it. That's my philosophy. Like that's what I tell him. Like if your hands touch it as a receiver, that's what you're doing. That's your job to catch the football. Catch the football. Again, it's a hard throw. He's got to come back. He's got to stop his momentum. It's just a little, it's a little out. So I'm not gonna come down hard on Jawan or anything like that. But that's my thoughts for wide receivers. Uh, that being an offensive lineman and never playing wide receiver, but hit your hands, catch it. But I like the throw again because you got to see the lean and the way he's got to throw this thing. So he's got to wrap this thing around McGlinchey. And I like this by McGlinchey because what do they say? Punish jumpers. 41's going to try to jump. McGlinchey gets him on the ground. So it's a good job by McGlinchey. It's overall pretty good protection. I mean, you can maybe make the argument, maybe take a step out and get that thing around. Um, but considering the circumstances of trying to wrap this thing around, it's not bad. LB doesn't like it, but I like it. But we move on to the next and smash that like button if you haven't already. This play was a head scratcher. I really do think this was a designed quarterback run. I think we saw Kyle call a designed quarterback run with Brock Purdy. I love you, Kyle. Kyle, you've been cooking this year. Keep this one. Keep this one away. Just nope. Nope. You can save this one for Trey Lance next year in training camp. Do not do this. I was like, when I was watching this, I was like, oh no, this is a designed run. It's basically effectively Mitchell's gonna be like the fullback, right? Mitchell's gonna be the fullback. What are you expecting here? Like, what's the thought process? You know, you're gonna see JJ Watt cut against the grain, and that's always hard for an offensive lineman, especially when when you're Jake Brendel and you got JJ Watt in the three tech and he slants inside because you can see Brendel is like, I gotta move to have any shot at getting the correct leverage, but because JJ Watt slants inside, you could see it just really messes up your leverage because you're selling one way and JJ's selling opposite direction, and it just creates issues with leverage. And so there's no cutback, and you can see Burford isn't really able to get a clean block on 47. So that means Mitchell's got to take 47, and it's not designed from based on the leverage of McGlinchey. This isn't an outside run. This is inside the tackles, designed quarterback run up the middle, and it's not blocked well. And I love Brock. I love it. Oh, but I don't love the play design. Um, it's kind of yeah. Well, Can we save that one for a different day, Kyle? Maybe or just a different quarterback in general because I just I don't think our fan base is ready for designed quarterback runs, in between the tackles with uh Purdy. I don't know if we're ready for that yet. I don't think we're ready. I'm not ready. I am not ready at all. Did he say that? I don't know. He says, "Yeah, didn't Kyle say the post-game presser that one play was meant to be handed off and it wasn't? Shanahan said this was a missed handoff." Okay, well then that makes sense. That makes me feel better because I hope that's the case. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there because it looks like Mitchell's like I'm blocking. I don't I don't know what that was. So, if he did say that, thank you for the clarification because the way I'm seeing it without any like zero context is I have to assume that's a design court. I mean, I have it in my notes, designed quarterback run question mark because I'm like if it is, like what the hell are we doing? So, but that transitions us into our next play, which is a 3rd and 18. I think you the plays that are in your bag as a coach for 3rd and 18 are like what? Screens, quick slants, or draws, right? Like you're just trying to get the ball out. Oh wait, is this a 3rd and 18? Oh, I got ahead of myself. I got ahead of myself. Um, this is a 3rd and 18. But definitely got ahead of myself on because I was thinking this was a different 3rd and long. This one was a little sketch. Shout out Ryan, appreciate that, fam. He says, "Love the film. You taught me so much about the game." Well, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything. It's really hard to know exactly what they're doing if you're not in the coaching room or in the playbook with these guys. But I try my best just to bring a perspective at least, and we can leave it up to for our imagination. But I really do appreciate the compliments. It means a lot because I enjoy it. So I'm glad you guys are having a good time. Uh, yeah, smash that like button. Let's get the algorithm pumped up here, man. I mean, we've had some numbers going up a little bit. But let's get back into the play. Let's look. Let's see. Does he have anything available? You got 3-by-1. You're gonna get Jawan in motion. You're gonna get a little bunch formation to the bottom of the screen. I mean, Kittle sits it down. Looks like Debo's just angled towards the sideline. Kittle sits it down at the top of the 40. Jawan comes across, then sits it down. I mean, everything's covered here. So, I guess it's a good decision here by Brock to tuck it. You're going to get the pump fake. It's going to force JJ Watt to bite. Pump fake buys him time, buys him a little bit more time. Kind of a dangerous throw, a little bit, a little dangerous. But again, I like the pump. Look at JJ bite on it. 45 comes screaming downhill, has to reset, tries to flip it to George, and George got to play a little defense on this. But again, I don't mind. I don't mind Uh, you got the sideline. You know the sideline's your friend. Give a guy an opportunity at least. 3rd and 18, not the end of the world. 380, only 30 likes? How do we got 30 likes in here, man? We got Brock Purdy leading the 49ers uh, into the playoffs. We got to have more than 30 likes. You can do it. I believe in you. Oh, there we go. I got catfished. Let's see. So we're gonna get our first Elijah Mitchell touchdown run coming up here. All right, now we're cooking. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Shout out Christy. She knows the vibes. We got a offside penalty from the defense. Okay, buys the 49ers more time. What do we got here? Elijah Mitchell. I mean, look at that physicality by Elijah. Elijah takes on what, 3 defenders? Takes on 2 in the hole, absolutely lowers the shoulder on 34. 39 just absolutely whiffs and then is able to fight through 35. 35 doesn't do anything to help. Uh, Great job by Trent to get out to 41 so damn quick. Look at how quick Trent gets out on 41 and just tosses him, and the hole that that creates. You know, even Debo, it's not like Debo's coming down like a missile, but he is able to help seal that lane. Brunskill is able to get a great block here on JJ Watt. JJ tries to swim inside, and that actually helps Brunskill just pin him to the inside. And Elijah Mitchell does the rest. George is happy about it. Let's take another look at it. Look at Elijah, man. Kittle, that's a rare, like, Kittle will sell his entire body to just get in the way. Like, you can see the leverage isn't great. You can see the way his foot, like, trying to block someone with that base, it's a recipe for disaster. And Kittle knows that. But Kittle is a team player, and he is going to sell out, and this is a good block. He might not have stayed on his feet, but it's a good block because he did his job. And again, look at the base. Like, he has to cut this back. So look at where his feet are. Like, you're not staying on your feet in that situation. So we're gonna give him a pass, but he's hyped. He still did his job though. So shout out Kittle. Nice job by Kittle. All right, let's keep this thing rolling. And so I think, after that we had that drive that wasn't great, right? There's some sacks, there's some missed run blocks. Um, yeah, it wasn't the best. So, but since then, Purdy really started to come back and start dealing. I loved this throw. Again, these deep crossing routes on a play action. These are long developing plays. The patience, the calm, the ability to move the pocket and set up and throw a extremely catchable ball to Brandon Ayuk over the middle. Beautiful. I love it. The play action, reset the pocket. He's going to drift to the left, reset. And I do think, again, the subtlety here is watch how the linebacker reacts to him. Now, I can't see his eyes, so I can't tell, but it does look like he's looking at Ayuk in this passing lane because watch the linebacker drop. He's dropping back. Hips are inside, so he's got kind of inside leverage. When Purdy hits this drop, so I think this little, he turns his hips and drops into like a throwing position. His eyes with this position, watch this linebacker go from kind of fading inside to flipping his hips and bailing outside. So I don't have a great vantage point, but I think whatever Brock is doing with his eyes here, then getting into that motion, I mean, bites. Look at how much he bites and look at where the ball goes. Look at the head, and then he just the feet, where the feet are pointing, and then he resets his feet. What a catchable ball. And so these are the small nuances when I'm debating people and I'm out here posting my Brock Purdy for offensive of the year propaganda, and people are telling me, oh, he's got Christian McCaffrey, he's got Brandon Ayuk, he's got Debo, he's got George Kittle. He does 100%. But he's doing these small things like pulling the linebacker out of the throwing lane and whipping it right in off the backside and throwing very catchable balls. That is that's legit, man. That's real. Yeah, we get a nice run from CMC. Nice cut. This next play, CMC looks real slippery. CMC was at least that's what my notes say. Yeah. I love it. Just the way he's able to navigate through the mess. Let's see how the blocks develop. Um, so you're gonna get Kyle. It's effectively like a counter. Counter. You're pulling two, but you're getting use check at full speed, which I love. I love how their their run game they utilize these deep pullers because you are moving so fast that Juice is able to engage on the defensive end right away. Look at McGlinchey drive that block down. This is a fantastic block from McGlinchey. Just look at that hole that is created because he's able to get his helmet into the back of the shoulder, hands on the hip, and drive his ass into the turf. Great job. Juice gets his hat on the inside, turns out, creates that leverage. Look at Kittle. Kittle is able to read that block, cuts inside. Okay. Look at who is that? Danny Gray. Look at Danny Gray. Danny Gray gets enough. Gets enough. Kittle stays eyes up, catches the backer, gets the block, and then CMC just slippery like butter. It's a great job, man. It's a great job by everyone up front. Great job by Juice. Great job by Kittle. Great job by Danny. And of course, great job by CMC. Love it. Let's see. This one? No, is this the one? No, I don't think this is it. We got a little. We got a we got a rare Trent miss. We got a rare Trent miss on this one. I think he's going to down block on JJ. JJ is going to slip it really easily. I think this could have been a big gainer. Again, it was rare that you're gonna see Trent, you know, over here and his guys making a tackle. That's rare, but it happens. That's why it's called the trenches. It's not all gonna be pretty, but again, JJ Watt. Oh, watch McGlinchey on this one. It's kind of nasty. It's kind of nasty. So he's got to basically replace Burford. Burford's going to pull. So he has to make sure that this defensive tackle doesn't get on Burford's hip and follow Burford down the line of scrimmage, because if you follow Burford, you're destroying everything. So he's got to slam this down, and you're going to get Brendel coming to help so that Mike can then pick up the next guy. So you got one hand on this guy, but Mike's eyes are focused on anyone coming to the outside. So right now, Mike is effectively blocking two people. One arm on this guy. Look at him collapse 43 with one arm. 43 tries to come rushing around the edge. Mike says, "Sit down." I mean, that was kind of nasty. That's a nasty one right there. He's like blocking two people, one arm free, exactly how they coach it. Engages the other arm and stops him in his tracks and folds him with one arm. Look at Mike, man. So inspirational. I like that block. I like that block a lot. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Brock Purdy dart to Jawan Jennings. Pitch and catch. Nice and easy. Man is calm, cool, collected, in control. Oh, we're gonna throw a blitz at him. No big deal. Let's see. They bring one. They bring one, two, three, four, five. So you get 5-on-5, 41 shows, and then basically like looks like he replaces the middle linebacker who blitzes. Good job by Burford to pick up the middle linebacker. You're going to get Mike McGlinchey on JJ Watt. Doesn't really have to do a whole lot. Brendel, Brunskill, and Trent take care of business and pitch and catch. It's easy. That's the thing about about Brock is he's making these types of plays look like we don't even have to think about it. Like you're like, "Oh yeah, you should make those plays." But these were plays that if you're a San Francisco 49er fan, they weren't made with this type of like regularity. Like we were very like hit or miss on these types of plays. Makes it easy. This next play, smash that like button if you haven't already. Not this one. So 3rd and 6, right? 3rd and 6. They go empty, no threat of run. This to me is a hard throw. Like to go opposite hash, CMC is going to run. So he's running. Well, I don't know. I don't know what these routes are called. It's like he's going to stutter, doesn't bite on it, drops it down again, comes out. He's angling back. I think that angle is huge for this type of throw because if he flattens that angle, the cornerback can cut under it. So great route understanding by CMC to angle back. And this is a long throw. And to put it on the money, the timing involved, I mean, he's got to wait for it to develop. Great protection up front. And again, these are dangerous throws, man. This is going across the field. These are the types of throws where defensive backs can run under and pick. That's a good throw, man. And it's a first down. First down. Yeah, and he could have had even the easier throw. Brandon hits the whip. Brandon probably got one of the cleanest whip routes in the NFL. Like when he hits the brakes on the whip route, like it is so hard for these guys to cover. Let's see what's Brunskill do. Brunskill gets his guy on the ground. Everyone else kind of goes toppling. Good job by the O line, and again, Brock being able to make that throw is pretty impressive. So again, like these throws, like what was that, like a 7-yard throw? Like it gained 7 yards, right? But that was like what I don't know, what is that? Like like a 20-yard throw, 20-yard throw to gain 7, throwing across your body. Like that's a high difficulty throw that if you don't contextualize it, you're not going to think it's that big of a deal. That's like a wow. Even though gained him 7 yards. And then this is another throw. It's a screen, but do you guys remember what happened on the last screen that they tried to throw to Debo Samuel? Guess who got their hands on the ball? JJ Watt. Look at Brock's throwing motion and how seamless he makes this to be able to get it out so quick. Like it is underemphasized the timing that it takes for the quarterback to get the ball out, where the quarterback places the ball on these types of screens for the timing to work. Obviously, Debo does the rest, but just this motion, like how quickly he's able to, like the ball's not there and he's already setting up to spin this thing. And he just darts it. And, you know, Debo just does what he does. Doesn't have to like go after it, hits him right between the numbers, and he's able to get upfield, blocking in the spot that it needs to be. Mr. Vega blessing the squad with a 50 piece. Shout out the homie, man. Shout out James. Woo, 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 woo. Dropped a 50 piece on us. My guy says, "What's up, SDS? 423 watching, only 167 likes. Let's show this man the love he deserves and get those likes up." Shout out, James. Shout out, James. I'm Rick James. Shout out James, man. Appreciate you, man. That's dope. This this next touchdown is going to be dedicated to James. This one goes out to you, James. Um, and it's a good one. So I'm excited to get into it. So we get the setup from Debo. Again, it's a screen on these types of plays. People are going to be like, it's a screen. It's Debo doing all the work. That's the contextualization that, people who don't actually really pay attention, and it's understandable, if you don't go back and watch it, you miss some stuff like this. But this is a nice throw. The timing, the rhythm, the sidearm. Look, he got burnt once. He's like, all right, I'm not making that mistake again. Great throw. Beautiful. This play works because of Brock and that throw and the timing and the placement. And of course, Debo and the blockers got to do the rest, but the play doesn't have a chance without that type of throw. It's a great job. Great job. All right, James, this one's for you. This one's for you. I think this is it. No, that's CMC up the middle. We'll watch it. Why not? It's a good gain. It's what, trap? We get a trap from Brunskill. They haven't been pulling Brunny a lot. I don't know why, but they should do it more. Um, all right. So we get the trap from Brunny. All right. So look at the context here. 29 seconds, 14 to 13. Long, pretty solid drive. What are you going to do, Rook? How's the rookie going to manage this type of situation? No touchdown on the run to CMC. I think that's going to pull up 2nd and 4, so they take a timeout. What are we going to get? That's for James. We designed this just for James. I knew that, I could ask Brock for a favor, and I texted Brock and I was like, "Brock, get us a touchdown for James. He dropped a 50 piece on us. We need to get him a good one." Brock said, "All right, I got you. You want to see why I'm rookie of the year? Here you go. Dart. Dart." Isaiah Simmons, in this pre-draft process, said I was designed to cover guys like George Kittle. All right, how you gonna do Isaiah with George Kittle? You got one-on-one with George Kittle. You're designed to stop this guy. George Kittle puts you in a blender, my boy. George Kittle puts you in the blender, hit puree, and you got cooked. No chance. Oh, just the little. He evades the guy in front because you're going to get this little stacked formation. You see Debo in his left hip pocket. You're going to get the little head fake. Looks like slant inside, right? Looks like slant inside. Shout out Kittle for the sell. See him turn his head? That's a sell of slant. Isaiah's like, ooh, I'm designed to stop Kittle. I'm going to come underneath this. Nah, bruh. And also, too, look at Purdy in relation to the timing. The way he kind of, like, this could be a hitch step. Like, see that? Look at Kittle. Ooh, Kittle's right here by my face. So look at Kittle. Eyes are at Brock. He's taking inside leverage. Look at Brock. Brock looks like he's potentially going into like his hitch step and could come out throwing. So I think Isaiah bites on slant and Kittle just cooks him. Absolutely cooks him. Beautiful catch. Wait, where'd it go? There we go. Look at the catch. Toe drag swag. Touchdown. Now, watch how this dude maneuvers the pocket. And it's a bit of a longer developing route, right? And you're gonna see Debo's actually gonna flash. This looks like a designed rub route because look at the way CMC works this. They actually level Debo's defender, so Debo actually comes open. But the stones on Brock Purdy to climb the pocket and throw this ball with perfect placement, high and away, only George could get it. Beautiful. I mean, step up, step up. Pooh! Love it. Rookie of the year. Like, come on, man. Like, cool. Garrett Wilson has 1,000 yards. Cool. Look at what my quarterback's doing. This is high level. They rush, so you get 5-on-5. 5-on-5, JJ Watt on Brunny. You know he feels JJ Watt. Whoo! Rookie of the year. Quit playing with him, man. I don't care that he's played 5 games. What rookie right now is more important to the success of their team than Brock Purdy? Brock Purdy is elevating this offense. He is elevating the players around him, and he is being able to distribute the ball where it needs to be so that his guys can make plays. That is the rookie of the year. That is him. He is him. He is him. I don't care that he's only played in 6 games. He's won all 6 of them because of his play, not because he's being carried. This isn't being carried. This is not being carried. Play action, turning your back to the defense, resetting, finding the open receiver, and throwing an accurate ball. That is Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy. Look at this man. He's cooking. Back to the defense. I will always say play action is a learned skill. I cannot stress how stressful it is to see pre-snap, look, turn your back to the defense, then whip your head around and be able to process where the defenders have moved and to be able to quickly just put your foot in the ground. Like, look at JJ, man. JJ's like, oh, I'm going to get this one. Nope. Nope. Like dart. I remember Mike McDaniels talked about how what's his name? Tua Tua threw the most catchable ball in the NFL. I've I mean, through 6 weeks of watching Brock might throw one of the most catchable balls in the NFL. Like the velocity that he has on it, the touch that he puts on it, the spin is beautiful. He puts a beautiful spin on that ball. The placement and where he puts the ball. Like we're gonna have that conversation next year. Now I will concede that I will say, okay, fine. Maybe more of a sample size before we start saying he throws the most catchable ball in the NFL. but he's looking pretty good. And we're gonna look at the sack here. I would imagine a lot of people are gonna feel like this is on McGlinchey, but again, McGlinchey's gonna tell you if it's on him or it's not. If McGlinchey is at fault for a sack, the body language says it all, right? But again, Burford being the young buck, trial by fire, he's gonna learn. First of all, Burford steps on McGlinchey's foot. So not a great start. Like right off the bat, not the best, but right here, um, Burford's got to stay working out. You see how he's working and then steps back? Because he steps back, Burford's not where he needs to be to pick up JJ Watt. And as this is why offensive line is the team within the team. These five guys have to work together. If McGlinchey is expecting inside help, he is not going to be worried about this inside move because in McGlinchey's mind, he's like Burford's going to be there to pick up any interior pressure. I got to focus on outside pressure. Burford's got inside pressure. Burford steps away, and you can see Burford go, "Oh crap." Try to get back, but is out of position. So this is correctable. This is fixable. And when I talk about like I've talked about this before, like this is where Burford struggles. These tiny, tiny nuances is where Burford struggles this season. And this is where he gets himself in the most trouble. Once he cleans this up, he's going to be fine. He's going to be a great offensive lineman. But you got to clean this up. You got like if your guy's expecting you for inside help, you can't vacate that area because then you create this leverage and you're effectively pushing JJ Watt into your quarterback. And look at Mike. Mike's hot. Look at where his head. Look at the head of Mike. Mike snaps the head. I love Mike, man. What I love about Mike is he's honest. He's honest with his body language. If he messes up, dude, he's gonna let you know. But if he's expecting someone else to do something, he also lets you know. Look at how pissed he is. Like, come on, man. Hey, we live to play another down. Not a big. So this is the one I was trying to set up earlier. So look at the situation we got. 3rd and 17. What are the options here? Are you going to run a screen? You're going to run a little slant, wide receiver screen, running back screen. What are you going to do? You're going to give a draw? Let's do a draw. But look at how well it is executed. And CMC is able to pick up 20 yards damn near on a 3rd and long. Like fantastic. They were not keyed in on draw. Like, let's be honest, 49ers don't run a bunch of draw. We don't. Kyle does not call a lot of draw plays. So for again, just the little subtleties of showing pass. You great block by Kittle to get a piece. That's all you needed. Got away with the hold. Got away with one. Like if he were to let go here, I would say not a hold. That is, we'll take it. I'm not going to complain. I'm not complaining at all. But you even see the 57 throws hands out. Where's my flag? Yeah, the refs hooked us up on that one. We'll take it. I'm not going to complain one bit. But the move here in space, cook these guys' ankles. Ha! First down. CMC. Best part of this play. Peep peep CMC's celebration. Peep the first down celly. Dog. He went boom. First down. That's what happens when you hang out with Debo. That's what happens when you hang out with Debo. Slime. Bah. Let's go. I love it. I love that celly. And that, I mean, this is a low percentage play. Like, I mean, come on, draw on 3rd and 17. Like, how often are you picking that up? But when you got CMC, you got you got a shot. And then he just cold. Bah. Get it. Love it. This is the this is just again showcasing how talented Brock Purdy is. I think this was the picture I tweeted um that told me like tell me you grew up playing baseball without telling me you grew up playing baseball. Like look at this the setup again, play action naked boot. Naked boot means you got no one's blocking the DN. It's up to you to manage the D end. So the slight step back, set, sidearm, drop the hip, drop the shoulder. Again, back to Brad's coaching tips as a wide receiver. If your hands touch the ball, catch it. That's my tip to my 9-year-old. If your hands touch the ball as a receiver, it is your responsibility to catch it. I get it. It's inside. It's kind of high and away. There's definitely a guy coming to rock you. I know it's not an easy catch. It's not perfect ball placement. But if I tell it to my 9-year-old, I guess I gotta tell it to Kittle too. Hey, hit your hands, bring that baby in. But I love again Brock's ability, the subtle ability to look at the leverage. He understands what the leverage is. Like, do you see how the defender is between him and Kittle? So for him to make this throw, he has to readjust his body positioning. So this is again spatial awareness. This is a learned skill. Like this is skill to be able to understand the positioning of the defender where you want to throw, then have the wherewithal to get your body in a position to now, okay, I got him out of my throwing lane a little bit. I still got to sidearm it. Look at it go right by him. It's a catchable ball, right? It's not a perfect pass, but it's catchable. That's skill. That's skill. Not going to show up on the stat sheet, but it's nice. I like to liken this throwing style. Think about like you're at the lake or you're at the ocean and you come across a really nice flat rock and you're like, you know what? I'm going for 10 plus skips. You know? You know how you set up to get a 10 plus skipper when you're at the lake and you come across one of those just beautiful, just round saucer type rocks? Like that's what this is. Except he did it with the football. Drop the hip, drop the shoulder. You kind of, you know, you get the rock and you got to get it flat. Brock's doing that in an NFL game. This boy out here skipping rocks with the football in NFL games around NFL defenders. Offensive rookie of the year. Tired of having the conversation. Look at Elijah, man. Dude, Elijah and CMC together. Hold on a second. Aloha Smitty says, Brada Brad, you should reach out to Uncle Jesse Sapolu and see if he will come on as a guest. He has a O-line, D-line camp out of SoCal. I actually did DM him, I think on Twitter. I would love to have Jesse Sapolu come on. I mean, offensive lineman, like one of the best offensive linemen in 49ers history, Hall of Famer, bruh. But I'm gonna I tried one way. I'm gonna try one other way. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get some people on the channel off season. I like to wait till the off season to reach out to players. I know they already have a lot of media engagements that they have to mess with. So I like to reach out in the off season when things slow down a little bit. Great blocking. Look at Debo. Look at Debo manhandling Isaiah Simmons. Isaiah, what happened? You got dropped by Debo. You got cooked. Great job by Kittle. Got a piece. Debo cooked Isaiah. Look at Jake Brendel. See, Jake Brendel doesn't get enough love for how he blocks in space. I mean, he gets enough. Gets enough. Gets 57. Look at Elijah do the rest. Great job. Great job. What do we got? Oh, is this touchdown? Oh yeah, we got the touchdown. We got to watch the touchdown. Let's see. We got 500 people in here. How many likes do we got? We should have at least 300, right? I would think so. Look at bro, CMC and Elijah Mitchell, this 1-2 punch heading into the playoffs could be nasty. Could be nasty. All right. So again, I freaking love this. To me, I consider this a new development this year. Again, we kind of talked about it with Kyle Juszczyk, but pulling these guys at full speed in motion before the snap, and then you've got Trent setting up Kittle to clean. Oh, poor boy. He got rocked by Kittle. Yikes. That's a good block by Ayuk. You know, Ayuk a little handsy. Ayuk got a little handsy, but not enough to get the call. Let's look at so come on. We got to give some credit to Brunskill on this play. One of the things that Brunskill does so well is when he has a outside shade, he's got a 3-tech here. Watch the head get across. Yep. See the head placement? Head, and then watch the hips follow. Look at that. Yes. Head, hips. See that leverage? Oh, so good by Brunskill. Because if you get penetration as like this is one of the hardest blocks on this play because Brunskill's guy has an opportunity to blow up the entire thing. And it's just a really good job by Brunskill. You're gonna get double to backer from Brendel and Burford. Brendel's gonna throw an arm, but that's just to allow Burford to take over. Brendel's focus on the linebacker. See the natural lane that it creates. I would I'd probably want Brendel to pick up the safety, even though his guy went underneath. But I understand the thought process Brendel had. I don't think Brendel did anything wrong here. But if he could have popped off to the safety, that would have been clean lane for him. But I understand the thought process. So we got a touchdown, baby. CMC, Elijah Mitchell, 1-2 punch is going to be legendary. Oh, we got Debo Samuel back in action, making dudes miss. We're a couple away. We've probably got about 5 plays left. Some good, some not so good. But we got about 5 plays left. So stay tuned. We're almost there. We got a long one today. I mean, we definitely been going longer on our film breakdowns, but hopefully you guys don't mind. Nice run by Jordan Mason. Slippery. All right. So I want to look at the sack. Oh, we got Brock Purdy making people miss again. Whoo! Nope. All right. So I think we got a sack here. What was the sack? Okay. Is this? That wasn't JJ Watt, but what did we get? I don't mind the protection too much. Middle of the field was covered. Kittle had no shot. Ayuk had no shot. Debo was covered. Ray wasn't open. Mason wasn't in the main portion of the read progression. And Burford did initially a good job of kind of getting his guy in position, but the spin out, you know, I think that's a fine job by McGlinchey. Again, you're going to give depth. He anchors. He effectively stops Golden. So I think that's a good rep by McGlinchey. Uh, Purdy steps up a little bit, and you know, I would probably give this more of a coverage sack than really anything else. There was really nowhere to go with the football, and Burford won initially. Don't want to get spun out like that necessarily. Oh, they're swiping at the ball too. Woo! So you clean it up. It's not the worst thing in the world. I've seen more egregious sacks by this O line for sure. So it's not the worst in the world. Not the worst. I think we come back with a nice Jordan Mason run. Good job by Burford on this trap. Good job there. Great job by Croft to get to the linebacker. Dude, Jordan Mason just moves so effortlessly in trash. He has such a good ability to move in that short area situation. So this next play, I don't think this is it. Oh, I think he even makes a nice move here. Yeah, dude. Like Jordan Mason just he knows how to work in the garbage. The garbage man. He really knows how to work in the trash. But I think this might be probably one of the best throws of the day. At least that's what my notes. Oh yeah, it is. I think this throw by Brock Purdy again illustrates why this guy needs to be in the offensive rookie of the year category. You're going to get a free rusher. I really think Brunskill was keyed in on 57 and like a loop or a stunt between him and JJ Watt. So I think that's where Brunskill's head is at. But unfortunately, 57 drops into coverage and they bring them at a linebacker. So you're going to get, I mean, pressure up the middle like this is almost a surefire way to destroy a play before it's even began. So this is again just speaks to Brock Purdy's calm, cool, and collected ability to understand he's got a free rusher, ability to get it over that rusher, to get it over that linebacker, and drop it in for a perfect pass. This is why we talk about Brock Purdy as rookie of the year. Like, this isn't a rookie type throw. This is what veterans do. This is what the top quarterbacks in the league do, not rookies, not guys getting their fifth start. Like, look at how close this linebacker is at full speed, and he's just winding up. Rookie of the year. I don't, if you watch these film breakdowns, you know how I feel about Brock. These aren't one-time things. These aren't abnormalities in his play. This is play in, play out. Like, this is how he plays. This is who Brock is. And if this is who Brock is, then I believe the San Francisco 49ers found their quarterback of the future because that's what you want. Not not just from your rookie, but from your veteran. Like, crazy. Jordan Mason, again, the garbage man, knows how to work through the trash. I love it. He's Jordan Mason's going to be a good one. We got the failed sneak, and so we're going to end it on the touchdown. So we're almost close. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Smash it. So they didn't give Mason the touchdown. They tried to go for the sneak, weren't successful on the sneak. And so it's 3rd and 1. Again, this to me speaks to the trust that Kyle has. Again, this isn't to me like, oh, he's got all the weapons, he's got all this. It's 3rd and 1. It's on the goal line. You got to have it. Play action. Turn your back to the defense. Step to the side of the defender. Throw a dart to Kittle for a touchdown. Look at look, he doesn't even look at how unfazed he is. Offensive rookie of the year. Smash the like button. Get us to 300. Get us to 300 because Brock Purdy is him. Shout out Jordan Mason. Phenomenal block. Again, he gets to the spot. Like this is the designed spot, but the movement, the touch, the ability to just float this thing. Like what a beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Over the linebacker. Fantastic. Rookie of the year. Smash that like button. Bring Jimmy in just for quarterback sneaks. I could vibe with that. I could vibe with that. All right, since that was a long one, we'll cut it off at just the starters. This is all garbage time with the backups. Um, what are we thinking? What are we vibing? Do you guys see why I'm so adamant about Brock Purdy as offensive rookie of the year? He's doing things outside of structure. He's doing things outside of what is asked. Brock is just he's brocking and rolling. Roman says no cookies. And of course, if you have stayed for the entire film breakdown, all the cookies go to you. Definitely appreciate you guys sticking around and vibing with us on that one. We're a couple away from 300 likes. Let's talk about what we got cooking for the rest of the day. So I am not done with lives. We still got some stuff to cook up today. Let me see what do I want? I think this is what I want. So we still got one more live coming today. There we go. So I will be going over to the 49ers channel um, at 5. So we are going to be doing our season recap um, for the 2022 season. We're going to kind of walk through the whole year, the wildness of this year, everything that went into it. And we are going to be talking a lot about that. We're going to be previewing the matchup, the playoff matchup against um, the Seattle Seahawks. So that will be happening at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I would love for you guys to join me uh, on the 49ers platform, the Supporters Club. We're also doing a giveaway as well. So if you want to join us, you have to be in the Supporters Club to join or to be entered into the giveaway. We are offering 50% off for a full year membership, and they do a lot of really cool stuff in the Supporter Club. You actually even get like a little care package for signing up for the Supporters Club. Let's see. You get a Supporters Club pin. season members card, supporters club member card magnet, personalized locker room poster, 2020 Mexico City commemorative luggage tag, which is actually really sick. This is like you can kind of get an idea. There's also some member benefits. So come vibe with us in the supporters club. And if you get in, we're going to be doing a giveaway at the end, but you have to be watching from the supporters club. And we got to 300. Let's go. Shout out to SDS. Would love to see you guys over there vibing with us on the supporters club. Would definitely mean a lot to me to see y'all and just continue to see the Sourdough Squad rocking over there on the 49ers platform. And of course, huge shout out to the 49ers for giving me this opportunity to go on there and, talk 49ers on the 49ers platform. I think that's pretty cool. Pretty good. So definitely looking forward to that. Again, that is coming up at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Did I drop the link? No. I'll be posting. Oh, here's the link to the supporters club if you guys want to get signed up ahead of time and get in there and vibe. So I just dropped a link to the supporters club. If you guys want to get signed up and vibe with me in there today at 5, that would be dope. Hopefully we'll see you then. But yeah, man, we had a good show today. I think we got up to about 500, 550 people. Good people interested in the Brock Purdy magic and all that good stuff. But good stuff today. Shout out to the chat. The chat was on point. Vibes in the chat were legendary. Shout out to SDS. We got to 300. Shout out to you all. Again, I'll be posting more links and everything else to all the different channels and all that good stuff. But thank you guys all for tapping in with me, joining in, and of course, as always, rocking with the Sourdough Squad, the best community in the 49ers content world, baby. Let's go. Grab your cookies on the way out. Smash that like button on the way out if you haven't already. I will hopefully be seeing you guys at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time over at the Supporters Club. Dropping the link one more time for you guys. And again, make sure you use the promo code PLAYOFF50 to get 50% off your first year membership. And again, we're also doing a giveaway at the end, but you got to be watching in the Supporters Club start to finish, and then we're picking from those people to do our giveaway at the end of the show. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. That's in an hour and a half. You're going to get an hour and a half break from this ginger beard before he's back doing what I love doing most, talking about 49ers football. Appreciate you all. Till then, I'll see you soon at 5 o'clock. Let's go. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it.